Good morning, everyone. So we are looking over here at the Russell 2000. And if you see my charts down here right now, I have NQ. I can be looking at the NQ. That's it looks like it really jumped quite high. Probably I have something over there which I need to change on the settings on the cluster. 930 to 936 there. So that's NQ over there. I don't even know why it's opening a page. So that's NASDAQ 100. So for those who are trading NASDAQ 100, key level that we have today is over here. We expect the first pullback down to this zone. These are 11,628.75. The top of this order block is going to be our area to buy NASDAQ 100. And then we are looking at this zone today. If you want to trade NASDAQ 100 and make like $1,000, just wait for anything that's happening over here. You know, I don't go by that, but I'll wait for the first buy for me today is down over here. So you can actually, you know, I'm watching it over here by myself, but if you don't have updated Kiziah chart, you will not be able to see this level. This is also a good bounce back onto this strong area. I'm waiting for about the first 6 minutes so I know whether, you know, you get into a buy trade over there or not. But normally this is one classic pattern of using the areas of demand and supply. So we went past that and we are pulling back into this zone. We hope to continue the trend up and go past this area. So still we are in a shaky mode, about just 2 more minutes to go, but this is a good time to buy. For those who want to make a quick, like $1,000, I would say this is a quick one to buy. But because of the range that I use, 0.3045, the stop loss for me is normally below here. So let's see how this goes up to around somewhere here. Maybe that's where we make a turn, or maybe we keep coming back down. But for me, the ideal thing is I would only wait to buy over here. My buy, so if I want to buy NASDAQ 100, I guarantee myself more than 1,000 ticks if the price drops down to this 11,629, just about this, I would buy and make good money going back up. So that's on the NASDAQ 100. I look at the CL over here, the crude oil. It looks a little bit quiet. Nothing is happening even yesterday, and here we have a very small trading range on the CL. Nothing really major is happening over there. So we go back to our Russell 2000 and watch what Russell 2000 is going to do after the first 6 minutes. Also, the ideal place to buy Russell 2000 would be this. Over here, 1895.6. If we fail this, then Russell 2000 is going to go down and get a hold down to this level. So I'm watching this for a buy. And without that, I still do nothing for today. I'm waiting to buy if we get down here. Or let me see if I have a potential way I will be selling somewhere. I don't see anything I will be selling at, except if we fail this, then I will probably sell short just a little bit. But the most recent order block is too close for me to say that I want massive profits if I make this sale. So let's watch over there. And then I'm not able to make any live trades today, but I'm working on something that's going to show you clearly when to get into the trades and when to get out. The point is, you just need to identify strong areas where institutions have piled their orders, and then you do what they are doing. Like over here, yes, it looks green. It might be going up, but you will be lucky if you probably sold when it starts coming down, you know, until it gets over here. So looking at the point here, this is a higher one. and this is a lower high. We've made another lower high. So the price will keep going down. You understand that concept? Until when we get over here, Kiziah will say it's time to buy. But for me, this was a good sell, bouncing off this order block here, the supply zone. So remember, always take small but several. In this instance, I should have already been in my profits because my target with Russell 2000 is just to make 3 of these, which is 75 ticks, $75. 1, 2, 3. So I will be out at around this place. And in 3 contracts, that's about 225 for 2 contracts. So then you chill and wait for the great deal coming down over here. So nothing to do on Russell 2000 as it is yet. I'll switch back onto the Nasdaq 100 and see what we have over there. The Nasdaq 100 is still testing this zone. It's still retesting this zone until such a time that we see a clear bounce of that. I will get into buys. But when I look at Nasdaq 100, we are kind of really ranging over there. So we pray that we see a lot of yellow, like one yellow, second yellow, and then we decide what to do with that. That's the most sure thing to do with Nasdaq 100 over there. Crude oil is still polite, doing nothing over there on the 1 bar since we opened. And let's see Russell. Just like I told you, don't try to think that you will catch the entire move up there. You just need to know how much you are taking and then take it severally. That's the goal. So this is an ideal area for me to buy. When I buy over here, I'm going to buy when Russell 2000 turns green like this, above this level one more time. Then I will buy and put my stop down here. It's a good loss to make if you lose it versus trying to probably buy over here and then it comes down with you. You don't want to buy on this, making the lower highs like that. You want to buy over here because we have this level, moving back, we still have this level. The price has been bouncing off this same exact area for quite some time now. So hopefully we come to test and bounce off again, then we get a buy. If it doesn't, I'll just wait. Waiting is also something. And looking at this area here, there is another area that I would say would be a good place to buy. You have to really see them like that. Like over there, this would have been a good buy, but for me, not yet. This is the ideal buy, and I know if I lose money on this, I can recover it going the opposite side. Because if I buy over here and it doesn't go back up with me to give me about $1,000, I know if it goes down because it broke this, I'll make $1,000 going down. So all my trades are like this. Where do I see the likelihood of making $1,000, or where do I see the likelihood of losing, like 200 ticks? If I lose 200 it means that the trade is going on the opposite side. So you are as well as just, reversing and going that way. So let's watch and see what happens again. We are approaching that area of supply. So when you look at the reason this one bounced here, if you come on Kiziah chart here, under settings, I have the option for us to show until it is touched. These zones show, and then when it's touched, it stops showing. But if you put it to X number of bars like that, it will extend them. You can see this is extending the zones over there. So I just put 85, and because I want you to see what exactly happened over here, I will come over here and increase the number 85. I keep going up like that. You see the way it keeps increasing. So you can see it by the eye, or you can actually decide to do it, You see the levels, they keep running like that. So that was a good point for you to say, well, I'm willing to bounce off that and go back up. But we didn't draw it when we were starting. So you see that? You can easily see that we came and tested this and then we failed. So that's why we bounced off. But again, when you put it too much, you will really not see a lot of places to trade unless it looks like a very deep or dark red or very deep or dark green. It means that's a strong area. But this bounce off actually happened because of the initial order block that was here. We bounced off this area, if you can see that. So I don't like to put it like that. So I just let mine be if touched, and then I try to watch it by my own eyes, and look at the areas that I think something is going to happen. Like I will look at that, I know, okay, there is something over here from previous history, like that. So I put my cursor there and I know there is something bound to happen over there. So for me, the most ideal place to buy today was down here. The price still did not get back down there. But if it ever comes back down here, you don't regret that maybe I didn't make money over here or something. Just wait for the price to get back here. You will make it back up to the top where we are. So let me check on what NQ is doing over this side. NQ is still pacing up. I don't know what annoyed NQ. It's not doing anything that I will say, well, let's get in over there or something. And then I'm looking at crude oil over here. It's almost 10 minutes. Crude oil is still doing nothing, pretty much, just one bar. It's done nothing overnight. I think because there is something happening right now with world leaders somewhere in Europe, and they're about to talk about Russian gas cuts to Europe. They are supposed to talk about aid to Ukraine and stuff like that. Those things hold crude oil market. And when they start speaking, there will be just one guy that will make a mess. And you won't believe how much of a move crude oil will give today. That's why I have crude oil here today. And so back to NQ, nothing really until we break below that. I'll go back to Russell 2000. It's dropping down. I'll still wait. My ideal place to buy is over here. Waiting is also part of the plan. So I'll just wait for that. If anybody wants to ask anything explanation, please feel free to go ahead so we can talk about it.
Hey, Kiziah, this is Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Hey, do you mind looking at the YM
Okay,
chart
let me
and
let,
just kind of,
YM chart. Okay.
please? Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like you see, the easier way for me is this. I want all the settings that I have here to come to YM, so I'll just copy this. It's more of like it copies the exact thing with all the settings like that. And so I just come over here and I change it to YM. So I'll make this one YM. And then let me put it also together with the rest so we can just flip through. I don't know why it's not loading it. Yep, there. It's back. I have everything up there. So, yep, Chad, this is YM. You have a question on YM?
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, basically, like I was messaging you, I just kind of had, some, you know,
Hmm.
not smart trades today, and I just wanted you
Hmm.
to maybe look at this and moving
Hmm.
forward, maybe tell me some key
Hmm.
zones or
Hmm.
what not to do. And if you want to
Hmm.
use the cloud, awesome. Just whatever you think, man. I'm just going to listen to you.
Yeah. For the basic thing over here is let me the cloud is just meant to help me stay in a trend, because as a beginner trader, that's I used to wonder, like, are we still going up, or do I really need to go up even though I think I'm late? So the cloud was kind of more of a clarification that adds up to what I already know. So when I have the order blocks zones like this, like the reason these ones are more powerful than the cloud is an additional information onto why you're getting into a trade. So the demand and supply zones are more powerful than the cloud comes second. The first is knowing where to get in. So for example, over here on YM, you look at this zone, and that is where we came and bounced off after the first 6 minutes of trading, and that's why we got this big run going back up over there. I know for sure that if we come back to test this zone, we might again keep going back up, or if we break this zone, the next zone that gets to hold us is this. So the thing that I do is this: wait for the price to come back and test these zones. The green zone, if you want to buy, that's the demand zone. Once it tests that zone, wait for the first green candle to form. Once the first green candle forms, you get into a buy there, and then you move your stop and put it somewhere below this. I put my stops technically below the zones, like that over there. That will be my stop. So I put my stops over there, and then I look for the next area, which I call the recent swing. This point, that will be my first place to take my profit here. My first
Right.
profit will be taken here. So
Okay.
though when you look at the market, generally many people will not be patient when they see green and green forming. They all want to, just jump in and go. But what matters at the end of the day is what trade is quality. If you get to this market, you will understand that we have about 10
Hey,
quality
Kizia,
trades. Yes.
Kizia, in real time right now, I want to ask you this. Okay, so
Okay.
you see how right now there's,
Hmm.
I don't know, what is that, two or three green candles
Yeah, this
going
one.
up?
Yes.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
would that not be a trade because it did not go down and hit the green bar of support? Or would that have been a trade? Like, how would you have analyzed that one? Because you notice
So
it's, uh-huh.
So this, according to me, this would not be a buy trade for me,
Hmm.
because when I use demand and supply, I try to look at the higher areas. You see them? The swing low and swing high. But I don't get into any trade until we go past the most recent high, which is this one. You see that? So
Yes.
if I wanted to get into this trade, I would only get into this trade because I saw the price touching somewhere here once. The price came back and touched a second place here once. The price came back and touched a place here the third time. So this is like a triple bottom for me. I trade those patterns, and there are exclusive times when patterns like double top, triple bottom, and triple top, they override what I see on the demand and supply zones. You understand? So
Right.
in trading, you need to it's a lot more information, but Kiziah chart makes it easier for you to see stuff like triple bottom and double bottom. The only reason I would actually be buying on that trade over here on the first green is because I saw a first touch, I saw the second touch, and now this is the third touch, and I see green. I will buy that one and put my stop down over here. If this trade ever gets me out, it's not really going to be profitable because it can get me off, but it ends up bouncing on this and going back up. So you've had many people in the stock market saying, well, I just, it hit my stop loss and then it went right back up. So those are the situations down here. So because I saw a triple bottom here, I know it's going to go up. So then the question is, how much of money do I want to take on every single trade that I get into? I only need to take $150. if I can take $150 guaranteed, then I can show you over in this chart more than 10 zones where you could have taken $150. And so if you play 3 contracts like me, each one of those is actually $450. You understand? So for
Yes.
Dow Jones here, this will not be 400 and 150. This one is $25 because we are playing it on a smaller time frame. So, you know, we see how it moves. So this is $25, $25. So 3 of them is $75. So 75 times 3, I have about $225 every single trade that I do on Russell 2000 or on YM on Russell 2000, Nasdaq 100, but I don't trade Nasdaq 100 on this range because it's too fast for that, you know. So the key is you need to identify key areas of support, and you need to know about Kiziah chart shows you stuff like, you know, the double bottom, the triple bottom. Why are you really getting in? When we come into the market, everybody wants to show you how they made money in all this run. It's not always very possible. You know, I'm that guy who's going to be real with you. For you to make this, you really must be having, you know, some tight sitting down abilities, because over here you will probably be seeing like about $700 in positive. You'd rather take 700 or wait for it to go a little more to see, you know, 1,500 and stuff like that. Or in my side, I won't take anything. I won't look at $500 and hope for $1,000. I'll close my 500 and wait for another thing to happen, you know. So this is YM, and I'm going to try and pull up my paint that I use to try and elaborate some stuff for you guys also. But let me see, Chad, if I have answered anything from your end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really appreciate it. I mean, you know, you always are really good at clearing things up. So thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah, so thank you and you're welcome. So just remember that the demand and supply zones are superior to any other thing in this stock market. The reason we make money in the stock market is if we can identify where institutions are buying or the big boys are buying, you know. And it's not coincidence that the price came to this level and started running up like that, you know, like it's really running up, green, 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 green. It's not a coincidence. There is a reason this price moved too quick like that, because we have some big company that bought something over here. So we expect when the price comes back to touch that area, the price is going to shoot back up. So let's say they had maybe 1,000 contracts, right? Then the price got filled here. It goes back up. These guys load limit orders here. And once they load limit orders here, the price will come back over here and takes up another $1,000 that's remaining for 1,000 contracts that's remaining. You know, it keeps going like that. So institutions don't just go on market orders like we do, like you come and put 100, put 200 and sell immediately. They do limit orders. So on to the next version of Kiziah chart that I will be upgrading, you will see me showing areas of absorption, trapped buyers, trapped sellers, and stuff like that. More complex, but you can, you know, minimize it so you don't see it until you understand it. But the point why this part is running up green, 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 green is because there's a big buy order down here. So if that big buy order is down here, the price comes back over here, you will be lucky to try and see a green candle above and buy with the big boys so that you move however amount of money they move up like that. But if you decide to be the one that sells down somewhere over here, like this one is a sell, you see, you decide to sell on this one. The reason you're selling is because of this recent order block. So you sell on this one, I'm telling you, you won't make any further money than getting back to where the big boys are initially. So when you look at Kiziah chart here, this zone, the longer it takes to be touched, the stronger it is. So for example, over here on Russell, this is very long bar over here. It got touched and then finally we went down. You see how this is? It just got touched and it went down. This is not a very strong area for me to use, but this zone is a strong area to wait for the price. You see this one, not too strong for you to say, well, if they touch, we are bouncing back up. But the only reason this can be strong is because we already saw 1, 2 touch, 3rd touch, and this is now coming to the 4th touch. And normally the 4th touch, that's too much play for me. I don't want to believe that it's going to touch it like that and go back up. I'll wait for the strongest level, which is this. We see what happens there. Green candle, you buy and go back up. Remember, you put your stop loss just below this, so that if you are to lose money because your stop loss has been hit down here, it means that you are going to get almost this type of move on the opposite side. So it's easier to just chill out and wait for those opportunities worth $1,000, you know, stuff like that. Anybody with any question on that before I pull up something to just show, you know?
I guess lastly for me, real quick, you just briefly mentioned earlier in the call that you were
Mm-hmm,
developing a tool or metric that I think
mm-hmm.
something like what would help us better know when to get in, or something to that effect about confidence of the trade, maybe getting in or getting out. Or can you speak to that at all? Like what it'll be or what it'll do? Or
Oh, yeah. So in the market, like you see over here, I know for sure there is a big buyer over here. You see what happened over there? We just touched that area and then it's bouncing back off. Ordinarily, anybody will try to buy over here. But for me, this is not a buy for me because I look at this, and it's not wrong
Mhm.
to draw your trend lines on Kiziah chart also. They still help. You know, we are still below the trend line. So I'm not the guy that wants to buy and go back up there and fail the trend line. I want to be the one that sells at the failure of the trend line. That means we will be failing at this supply zone. This supply zone will probably be extended over here by the time we come and touch it. A red candle, I will call it my, this is the first touch, and then I'll call it the second touch and fail. We are coming back down straight to this point. So this to me is not a buy thing. The trend line is way up, we are below. So we keep selling. You will be lucky to sell now than you are to try and buy to go back up. So talking about what's supposed to assist us know when to sell or buy and stuff like that. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Just you just mentioned that it was going to be something you were going to add that would help us know. Like I can't remember exactly how you said it, but
Oh, yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
like when to stay in a trade, or confident. I don't know. It was something just basically around when to get
Mm-hmm.
in, and when to sell better.
Mm-hmm.
Time that
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, so wherever we say, for example, there is a common phrase that says that institutions, retail traders open orders and institutions close them. So I will be producing something onto this chart which allows you to see where retail traders were actually selling, but the price is not going any lower, which means they are trapped. So when they are trapped, what does that mean? That the institutions that had a lot of limit orders over there have overpowered them. So it becomes, like a lot of selling without reward. That means they have failed and they're trapped. The price is going to go on the opposite side. You understand? Oh, guys, I missed
Right.
it. You see what happened over there? As we were talking, I was explaining something, but look at this area where we came and touched it the second time, and then the price decided to go back down. And so it's shifting the goalpost now. You look at Kiziah chart right now, we are kind of slightly getting elevated into this angle here, but you see, but the most important thing for you guys to understand is what I told you about the first touch and the second touch. And this is the second touch where you normally get into the trades. Look at how it's running down beautifully. And this is enough for you to make good money. And these opportunities, they come in a day, like, 100 of them a day, not too bad. And so if this decides to keep dropping from this area, it's going to go down and get a rest over here. But again, I look at this as a double top. This is one and the second top. So I hope it goes down below this area at least. So let's watch if we get below this area. If we don't get below this area, then it means we haven't broken the market structure yet. We are still kind of an uptrend, but we go below this zone, the market is going to go low and find rest somewhere over here. So back to what I was explaining about the institutional thing, you will be able to see where, for example, there were a lot of sales, market sales. that did not move the price lower, or there were a lot of market buys that did not move the price higher. So that's what I call absorption at those areas. So the next version of Kiziah chart, I don't know when, is going to be producing the absorption where you can actually see key areas where people try to sell, but then nothing happened. It means this chart. When you sell a lot and the price doesn't go down, it means the big boys are seated there with limit orders. You're selling 100 contracts, they have like 1,000. You're selling 20, they still have like 980. You're selling like 10, they still have like 970 left. You cannot beat them. So at the end of it, you'll see aggressive market sales lighting up really red, but the price is not going down. That means that the people who had limit buy orders there, they have absorbed all the selling that people, small people like me and you were trying to do. So that makes the price go up on the opposite side. And you will see those when I get it to be available. If you ever see that kind of a thing on a second bar like this, once we see an institutional level, and you see it on a second bar like this, you see stacked sellers over here, you know the price is going to go back up. So Kiziah chart will be available on that. And guys, yeah, that's a beautiful one that I was showing you. And that's it. We came back and we passed that area. So remember always, one touch, two touch, and then get your first red, move it down, guys. And here we go. Let's see if we find rest over there or if we just go way past that area. See that? We just knocked it and it decides to flip a little bit back up. So these levels that we have, they work. All you need to know is you don't want to be the guy that thinks you'll make all this run. Even though I predicted it correctly, don't think you will take the whole $1,000 over here. The only way is if you can be accurate in your trade entries, then you can increase the number of your contracts and make a beautiful $1,500 in the shortest time possible. And then just exit. I say, let the rest have the dinner. You already took your lunch. Let the rest have the dinner. Don't worry about what's going on over there. Take your lunch, let the rest have the dinner. So let's watch what's going to happen over here on this key area where I told you this is like the first profit target coming from down there. So I don't know if we are in agreement. Everybody is understanding what I'm trying to explain.
So at this level here, we're looking for it to, bounce upward, right? Potentially.
Yeah. Yes, this level here is a strong area. So I'm looking at it to bounce up. So now for YM to keep going back up. And as YM keeps going back up, if we bounce off this area, you see we have a problem here already. Do you see this order block? It means we can go high, but this is going to block our going up, So if this cannot block our going back, then it's going to be running against it. But it's more of like there's some difficulty sort of around this area. So even though Kiziah was prepared to get a buy when we touch over here, over to my left, what does the market tell me? There was a problem here and there is a problem here. Something is likely to block my smooth ride up. So that's why it comes back to the policy of, add up the small. You just take small, but several. This alone is already giving you $75 or $225 on 3 contracts. Good enough. Just get out. Look for another opportunity. Don't try to make it back to this area. If you get lucky, the way other YouTubers out there want to show you, then you get lucky. But I wouldn't be the guy sitting to wait for a profit target up here,
Right.
Yes. So any question on that?
No, I don't think so. Not for me.
I'm Claudio. Yeah. I want to ask you when you enter, when you touch the green line down.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, when you see 2 candle green or before?
Yeah, the first one. When I see the first, when I see the first one, I enter that trade. And then I make my profit just slightly. I don't want the whole move to go like, boom, 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 all green. I just need 3 of them to close. And that's enough for me to make $225. Easy. Then I stay out again and wait for the next move. Look for an opportunity. So I look for opportunities that could easily give me $1,000, but out of the $1,000 that I should take, I'm only taking 200. So I look for several of those opportunities during the day, and then they end up to my profit that I have, like, 4,000, I have 3,000 at the end of the day, versus what everybody tells you that, oh, get this move and you're done by over here, it's $4,000 already. That's not true. It's true if you have a lot of capital. But if you are trying to limit your risk, this is not true. Nobody rides it up to that point. Many people out there, I know they do, but why do I want to make 1,500 if my profit is already showing positive 1,000? $1,000 is nothing easy to make in 1 minute. So I just take my 1,000 and wait.
When you close, I don't understand. When
I close the profit,
yes.
Yes, I look at the most recent, the swings here. I see one here swing, there is a swing point here, swing point here. You see those areas? When price likely comes to test those areas, we are going to see some difficulty. So in those areas, that's where I put my profit targets. Like over here, this will be an area to put a profit target if I was going up. Or this other area here will be an area to put a profit target if I was going up. You understand? So I want to kind of draw it to you using paint, hoping that everybody else is going to see it. So we talk about the market structure. After I talk about market structure, I'm going to show you where to take profits and where to put your stop losses. But basically, that is it. So you see here on YM where we are touching this base here, that's a place for me to take my profit and call it a day. If I was long, like I planned before here, this is an area for me to take my profit and call it a day. Because I already made this one. I knew about this was going to be those that give me more money. And on my second trade here, in under, I think, about 30 minutes or so, I'm already done for the day. This is the profit target. So allow me to bring up my paint. If there's anyone with questions before I pull up the paint, then feel free to ask me.
Hey, your zone settings. Do you still have it at a strength of 5? And
yeah,
then
let me see. Yeah, my zone setting is still at 5, and I left it if touched here because I told you initially if I want X number of bars, I will put it like that, and it makes everything all crammed up together. It prevents me from seeing what I want. So I just let it. If the market touches my zone stops printing.
And then you go zone length of, is it 80? Is that what it says?
Oh no, this one. If I say this other one, X number of bars.
No, just the zone here, like strength of 5. It's if touched, and then zone
Yeah, if that.
length. What is the zone length?
Hold on, let me see that.
This is on YM. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Let me see. So if touch, zone, supply and demand, and then I go down here. Anything you're saying here or what length? This one?
Yes, zone length, yes.
Yeah, this one actually means, like, let's do this. It's showing like one. Let me do for you 100. So if I say if touched, this zone doesn't work. The market, these zones stop printing when the market price touches them. But once I put this length over here, this length is determined by this. You see over here, I say X number of bars.
Right.
So if I put 11, you'll see the zones reducing because it's reducing. You see that? It reduces the zones to only 11 bars. If I put 110, the lengths of these lines, demand and supply zones, extend to the right. So they extend. Yeah. So the extension here is when you see the number 110, it means that, for example, over here, this line will keep being the line that it is until we feel like 110 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 110 of them. That's how long the zone will be. But I don't like using it because, especially on this, on YM, RTY, because it makes things not very, it's crammed them up. So I just put this other option here, if touched, and my charts are clear. And that's it.
Yes. Got it. So yeah, so really, I mean, obviously, if we're going with the option of if touched, the zone length is irrelevant. I mean, it doesn't have any bearing on this. Right?
Yeah, but it has if touched, what do you mean? No bearing on it?
Right.
No, it just what it does is that it helps you if you still wanted to trade this zone in the future, because it was a strong area. It will keep drawing this zone so that you will be able to see it up to here. But right now the price already touched it, so this zone is gone. It won't draw it anymore further.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
but if you wanted to trade this level again, and you put the other one X number of bars, it will show this zone over here, and it will still let you be able to trade as you go. The only problem with that on the RTY, YMCL, and Gold and ES, it makes the chart a little bit dirty. But if you use it on NASDAQ, the bigger range, you will be able to use it well. So that's it. And yeah, I was bringing up my paint. I'm taking any other question, and then I bring my paint for a drawing of something that I think everybody really needs to know. Any questions? Okay. If we have no questions here, I will bring the paint. I already have it. And then I just show you a few stuff. I hope today the cursor doesn't bother me. The cursor keeps hiding. So basically, what I'm going to draw to you is this is the very basic of trading with the trend. If you add what I'm going to show you today to your demand and supply zones with the knowledge that you already have, you are likely to make about 90% accurate predictions on when the market is going up or going down. So I will start by this. You see what I'm drawing? Can everyone see that?
Yes.
All right. So this is normally price, and this is normally time. So the market has a tendency of moving like this. We go up, we come down. We go up, we come down. We go up, down, like that. This is what the market does always, until such a time that the market decides that, oh, okay, we are going back down. We are going back down. And then it decides to go back up again, like that, the same. So what happens, the very basic of trading is this. I call it market structure. And market structure is, this is like the goal of all the profits you want over there. So first of all, the profit comes up, it makes a high, okay? And then it comes down here, it makes a low. That's a lower price. It decides to go back up. But since we have a higher here, it decides to make another high. But this high is higher than the previous high. You get the concept? Then it comes back down again. It makes a lower price. But this lower price is actually low, yes. But it's lower, it's higher than the previous one. You understand?
Yes. Got it.
So this is just what you need to understand in this. So when you're trading with Kiziah chart and the demand and supply zones, most of the times you will find that our zones of demand, our supply zone is always over here. Over here. And our supply zones are always, our demand zones are always almost, let me see, my cursor is not the same color. Gives me trouble. This is our demand zone, always over here. So what you need to know is, I am in these trades. I wish there was a way for me to change the color of my cursor so I can see it. Bothers me. I don't know. Can't see it, but I'll figure it out maybe. Young people out there, they'll teach me. So this one here, I go and look at this zone. So I'm looking for the price over on this area for me to make money. So using Kiziah chart, I just look at this zone. I don't do anything until the price comes. Let it go up like that. And then when the price comes back down, let it touch our zone of demand. Once it touches our zone of demand, you let it go up, you let it come back down, and let it touch our zone of demand. The first Kiziah candle that comes out green like this is an opportunity for me to buy. I buy up here. Once I buy up there, I ride this profit going up until I get to my area of supply. This area of supply is basically this other area here. You see it. So the market works like that. We have these levels that we are watching. We have this one. You have this one. You have this one. You have this one. So if you are on an uptrend, when the market is moving up, like this, do not try to sell. If you can see Kiziah chart clearly keeps giving you this one, it keeps giving you this one, it keeps giving you this one, until such a time that Kiziah chart gives you something like this zone. You see, this is high. I don't know if people can see yellow. Yellow is not visual. You see this one, this zone. It's high, and the price keeps going up, and the price kept going up and up until the price comes here. Then it goes back. Then it will find another area of supply up there. So the Kiziah chart will touch this zone and then fall down. It will come over here and try to touch this one again. It will get a small bounce. But when you see us breaking the price now here, let me highlight it with another different color. Over there, when you see the price breaking this zone, the bottom of this area that we broke, I won't actually sell exactly here. I will wait for it to come back down and come back and give me a test of this same area. Once it gives me the test, I am the guy that's going to sell on the very first Kiziah candle that I see over here below this area. You see this area that we had here before. So now it means we have broken the market structure, and the price is now going to keep going down. So you will see the price getting down here. It forms that low, and then it comes over here trying to get higher. So this price is high. Then it goes down. It forms another lower price, but because this price is lower than this other one, this is called a lower low. But now this was a higher price. We went down and we came back high, but this high is not higher than this. It becomes a lower high. It becomes a higher low. It's high, but it's lower than the previous one. So this is how I keep myself in the trend. I simply look at the highest point of a Kiziah candle or Kiziah chart, and then I look for the most recent area back towards my left here. I look at, my left this side. What do I see based on this zone? Do we have a place that the price already touched previously over in these sides? You understand? If I find an area that it touched over in these sides previously, then I look at the strength and decide, well, this will be a good area for me to make $1,000 from it, because looking at it from everything looks like it was touched once, it was touched twice, it was touched thrice, and then the price actually broke through it, and then the price came and retested it. After the price retested it, the price now cannot go above it. It fails. Once I see the first red Kiziah candle over here, I am the guy that's going to sell this thing because I know it's going to give me more than $1,000 going down, and my stop is above that particular area of supply for me. Just up there. If you ever see me losing money like $200 because my stop loss has been hit, it actually means that this thing is going to go back up. I am good to make another $1,000 over here. So the problem with trading is this. People get into trades, but they don't know how much they want to make or how much they're willing to lose. So if you know how much you're willing to lose and how much you're willing to make while getting into a trade, then you will be getting into a trade comfortably, because behind your brain, you know that when my stop is hit, this thing is going in the opposite side. So even though I have lost $200, the opposite move that has cost my $200 loss is a move worth $1,000. So yes, I still have like $800 in profits to chase over on the opposite. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what got lost over there, but I was explaining something that I probably need to show you. Let me bring back the paint. Did anyone see me talking about this zone?
Yes.
And you had me talking about the thing going down and then coming back up, and when it breaks it, it means I make 1,000 on the opposite, because I was intending to make 1,000 going down, but it didn't. So, I'm making 1,000 on the opposite, right? I talked about that. Did anyone hear that?
Yeah,
All right. So then I
the
minimized my chat. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the last, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever that you've been going through, your basically demand and supply area there. I mean, in detail. I mean, that was all really good information. So yeah, it was very clear.
Oh, all right, cool. So then let me go back and minimize it so I show you something strange. So remember, guys, as we were talking today, I told you that Kiziah will be buying over here, right? Do you see this YM?
Yes.
And I said, I will be buying over here to make $1,000 going up. And I just showed you over there that sometimes it doesn't happen that way, especially because this was a very, very big downtrend, right? So I decided to buy, and my stop loss is probably hit somewhere down over here. And then, I wait for the stop loss to be hit. When it hits my stop loss, it means that the move that's actually taking my stop loss away is worth $1,000. But I don't rush to get in here immediately. It's crossing over the zone. Let me see if I can draw something. I just want to extend it a little bit. There. So this is the zone we are looking at now. You see that?
Yes. Yes.
There. So for me, I know that my stop got hit down here because I was trying to buy, or maybe it didn't get hit. I made some quick money. The point of making money in the stock market is this. Don't look for the $1,000 like that. Look for 150 and make the art very perfect so you can get it anytime. So once I extend this zone for you guys here, I made my, I just take on YM, Russell, ES, I take only 3 bars. Only 3. So if you count here, this was my entry. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and a little bit up there. I am already up. This was profit enough for me. And Kiziah, I am out. You understand? But somebody will be in this trade hoping to go back up to the level, but they already saw $225. You end up losing all that money once the price, goes back over here. And again, Kiziah comes back on the same level that we have been bouncing off. We got another touch of the level, and this is the second touch. This was the first touch. All right, this was the first touch though. Not really fast, but where it happened. So this is our first touch. I made my 225. I am not going to be the guy selling here. It looks so sweet, interesting. I am not. So I wait for the second touch. Once I get my first green candle over here, I get into my second touch and I take my 3 candles. 1, 2, 3, and there's even 4 and even the 5th one. I'm already in 2 profits already at this exact area. Do you understand? So take small but several and then know how to deal with it. So over on this area that I have highlighted right now, momentum is kind of cooling down in the stock market right now. It's about 10:30, but I will see the cross like that, and then the price is coming back to test this area, which Kiziah said I am only buying, but we crossed it. So we are coming back below that. We are testing it. And if we fail and I see a red candle, I sell and I put my stop over here. Because if we break it again, it means the price of YM is going to keep going back up. So opportunity only strikes, maybe once or twice, but it's a good move. So you see that test and fail. That's what I'm talking about. When I got in here, I just need 3 of these to close, and I am up $225, up to about somewhere over here. So That's sorry about that. I was speaking to my daughter. So over here, I get to be the price comes to test this, and once the price tests this, I will be the guy selling after I see my first red, but my stop loss is potentially up here because I know if it takes me out, then it means YM is actually flipping back onto the upside. And when I look at the general trend, I am still below my initial trend line that I drew. So I am lucky to make money going down than trying to make money buying up there. You understand? So we'll watch if this gives you 3 bars. Yep, that's it. 225 money, done. Test and fail. Go ahead.
Now, I was just going to ask, and just kind of your rule, you know, when you're just in the trade, it could be either one of those, but you're in the trade. Did you say that your sell, kind of a definitive sell, is once you get that red candle, boom, that's the rule. That's out when you see a red candle.
This one over here.
Well, just any of them. If you're in any trade, and the time to get out is if you see a red candle. Is that
Yes.
right?
Oh, like let's say I was in this sell trade, right?
Yes.
And the reason I'm getting into this sell trade is because I'm looking at this zone I have extended, and this is yellow. Yellow still tells you to chill. This is yellow. I won't do anything, even though it's trying to pull back from that. This is still yellow. I won't do anything. But once I see the first red close, I sell. Once I sell, I put my stop up above this area. And when I put my stop up above that area, or here at the wick, I just wait for the price to keep going down and down until where my profit target is met. I mean, like 15 ticks over there for YM. And is that what you're asking?
No. What I'm saying is in any trade, when just say any upward bullish move, and you're in the trade, the trade is going smooth. Okay, but the time that you would definitely say, okay, it's time to get out, would be when a red candle jumps up, because you say you get a yellow, with the yellow you don't close, but then the red pops up. I mean, is that when you close, or do you wait till the red candle closes red?
No, I get it. Once I'm in this, you see the bullish trade going up here, this one,
Yes.
right? I'm riding the move and I'm trailing my stops. Actually, my robot will be trailing the stops over here. It keeps moving with you, moving with you, moving with you like that. So the point where I normally get out of the trades, if I was to stay in this, is when I see my first yellow that actually has stopped, you know, a conclusive yellow. It's all green. And then I see yellow. It's going to be yellow that has closed. I will exit that trade without any question.
Got
Yellow.
it. That's perfect.
Yes. And so over here again, you see the way it happens now. It's flipping between yellow, green, red. You see that?
Yes.
Yes. So it's real time. Kiziah chart is real time. When it doesn't agree with whatever is happening, you'll see it back red, you know, yellow. So don't exit in a riding trade while it's flipping yellow. Wait for the yellow to actually come yellow until it stops. If it doesn't, you know, stop, you keep going. You see, it's keep flipping yellow, then it turns it red, it's closing. So again, guys, this is another good example of what I showed you. You seeing what I said? You are lucky to make $1,000 in these types of moves than trying to be the guy that wants to buy anywhere. Look at it the way it's ripping it off. That test and fail. So anyone understanding the point of why I wait for the thing to cross and then come back and touch and then put my stop loss up and then I ride the trend, because I am sure of about $1,000 in these. And these moves, I see like about 20 of them every single day. And I'm not including overnight trading session. I'm just talking about between 9:30 to around 12 noon. Boom, and we got to the other area down there. So this should be another area. We treat it as strong, you know, but I ask people at 10:30 anyway, you really cannot be still trying to make more money past 10:30 because the market is going to get slow and people are going to start losing money. And I ask my students when they come to me that, oh, Kiziah, I just need 200 a day, I just need 100. I say that my work as Kiziah is to show you where the money is, but your job is to grab the money. So once I show you where the money is, just grab it as many times as you want, but stick to the discipline of taking small but several, unless you are very sure that this is a failed test. You see that zone? If you are sure about this, just put your stop somewhere up there, get the ride until over here. This is where your profit target should be if you are the guy that wants to stay. So you see it's trying to bother that, it's turning green, yellow, and it's staying a little bit more. So that is it basically, guys, with trading. Trading is not that hard. The psychology behind trading and the people that teach you how to trade are the ones that teach you the most difficult thing. When you come to the alternative income, I say that I teach every student how to trade according to how they see stuff. When I ask you how many colors are in the rainbow, you say 8. Then I say, of the 8, what do you see the most? You say red. Then my focus as a teacher is to just show you how the red that you see can be really good color for your life. And that's what I do here. And then when I show you that, just keep the discipline, small but several. So you come to our website. I like to kind of pull this up for everyone. So we go over it. This is the very basic. I'll just pull my website and define something for you, so you understand why we even started doing this anyway. So that's my website, and this is the alternative income website. I like to run this by everybody, so you understand that people out there will promise you, I made $10,000, I made $2,000, I made this. It happens on luck. I know my friend who sold his Chevy truck for $18,000 and bought Dogecoin, and overnight he had $360,000 in the account. I missed that trade. I know a friend who went to GameStop. He made money overnight. I missed that trade. That's the difference with the futures market and the ordinary stock market. You can't get lucky on the stock market, but you can't get lucky in the futures market. It moves every day. You need to know what you are doing. So when you come to the alternative income, this company was founded because I want to teach people how to add up the small profits that add up. So we are a small community that came together after figuring out that an average American earned an approximate $50,000 annually in the year 2021. And the catch is that's just about $192 per day. And they work for 8 hours a day. Yet, with what I'm showing you on Kiziah Chart, you can constantly guarantee yourself $105 per trade and just take 5 of those trades a day. At the end of the year, you will be having $136,000 in your pocket if you maintain the discipline. And this is an increase of 173% in 1 year. This one, you are doing it every day for less than 2 hours a day. Even if you put your savings in whichever bank in the world, you can never make 173% in annual return if you are saving for life. Even if you decided to start saving when you are 24 years of age, when you are 18 years of age, you will never make 100% return by the time you retire. But you can make 173% while just taking 105. That's all you need to look at. Your goal is 136,000 financial freedom at the end of the year, but you just want to learn how to take 105. If you learn how to take 105, then we repeat the process. Just repeat the process. And then when you become a very good learner, I'll show you how to turn your 105 that you see here by just one click through copy trading into 1,500. Easy. And so you don't stress yourself trading the whole day. Come in, look for 1 or 5 trades, make them, boom, you're good. So I like to bring this part of our website, and then, I want people to know that the opportunities are everywhere, and people won't tell you about them. These are good profits that I have made sometimes trading gold and crude oil, and I would say because I stayed longer, I made more. You understand? But I don't remind you to kind of stay longer. My goal is for you to strike an opportunity without digging. That's it, at the alternative income. I want you to strike an opportunity by looking at the areas of demand and supply. Don't dig too deep. Just strike an opportunity by looking at these zones. So, and that's it basically. So I think, guys, up to there, I take questions and then we can move on. But this is a classic move from our own experience today. You have seen that this works. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be creating, I call them Kiziah Chart classic patterns for entries, for pullbacks and for trend continuation. I don't know how long it's going to take me because I have to talk to my developer and designer to come up with something presentable for you guys to see. But you have all seen that this works. Wait for it to break it. Don't rush. Let it come and retest. And when they fail, make your money. And I think that's it. I'll take questions from there, and then if nothing, I'll call it a day and bye-bye. But let me take questions first. Any questions? I'll go. I see Claudio. Anything here?
Hi, yeah. I want to ask you, you can rent also the platform I see on your site.
The platform?
Yes.
Yeah, the platform that I use is a task platform.
Is
and
it?
A task platform is the platform that I use. Or what do you mean?
Yeah, I see your site. You can rent also the platform. Yeah.
Yes, I can. The platform and the indicator. So this indicator right now, for people who came through a task promo, they don't have it yet. This is an upgraded indicator for people who pay their subscription. Right now it goes for $99. This indicator will help you filter a lot of market noise and get you to make the money. So it's $99 for now, and I can, you pay for it, you get to have it for 30 days.
Okay. And it's possible pay with PayPal also, or not?
Yeah, you can pay with a PayPal. I can share my PayPal link if you want to pay via PayPal. But I take Stripe. If you have a card, you can pay via card using Stripe. That's what we use mostly over here. But I'm flexible on modes of payment that anybody wants to use. So I'll share that with people who want options for paying. And then, other than that, any other question? All right. If I'll see Pavel, anything to ask?
Hello, nothing to ask. Thank you very much.
All right. Henry, anything?
No, but could you send me the recording, please?
Yeah, the recording I'm going to
Let's
start. All right. I'm going to upload the recording on YouTube. Let me see anything from my friend from on the profit side.
Thank you for the explanation.
All right. And Chad, any question?
No, that's it. All good, man. Thank you.
All right. So, and just so you know, even though I use these ones, I have this key level down here on NASDAQ, on YM. You see the 33,900? That's why we are starting the dance. I call it the dance. This is a Michael Jackson dance because they know what time it is down here. So anyone on YM, watch this level at the end of the day and tell me what happens. And funny that it's also coinciding with one of our demand and supply zones. So be careful around this level, anyone trading YM out there. And as usual, I like to also show what's in my robot here. I don't know what's pressing my keyboard. Something is just pressing my keyboard. As it's the letter U. What happened to you? I don't know. I'll try again. It keeps writing that. I don't know. Let me see if I can go on to another indicator. I can hear it, but I don't know from where it's getting pressed. Anyway, something is happening to the keyboard. So I won't be able to show you how the robot works today, but tomorrow we'll try to catch up again. So I am switching from actually placing live trades in my live sessions to giving more impactful information that can help build you as a trader. You see over here, like what I told you, anyone over there, just watch what's going to happen at this level by the end of the day. So remember the test and fail. And when the market is quiet, we test and fail. It's always this kind of a run. So if you lose the money there, it's going to go the same distance as it goes down here. So thank you, guys. I'm going to be sharing the recording, and have a good day. Happy trading, everyone, and bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.